Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about eyes. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to lift your eyes. And this is a trick that I always love to do, and I always do this in sort of different products. So sometimes I'll be using an eyeliner, sometimes I'll be using a pencil, so it kind of just depends on the look. My model for today is my cousin Nora, and I'm going to be demonstrating how to lift her eyes. And I'm going to be focusing on gel liner and eyeshadow. So the first product that I'm going to be using is the Bobbi Brown Longwear Gel Eyeliner. And I'm going to be taking that with my Sigma E11 eyeliner brush. And I'm going to be starting by creating a thin line on the outer corner, just so I can sort of map out her eyes, and I'm going to make her look straight ahead. So as she's looking straight ahead, I'm going to be building up that liner. And remember, it's always great to start in thin layers and less than what you need, because you can always build up. And as you can see now, I'm building up that line by adding just another line on top of that and making it a tiny bit thicker. And I'm wiggling the brush closer to the lash line just to get that intensity. And then you want to go over the line just to make sure everything is smooth. So that's what I'm going to be doing now, and I'm going to be taking my time just to perfect it, making her look straight ahead. So you always want to look straight ahead when you're doing this, just to make sure everything's even. If you feel like the liner is stubborn and you're not getting that crisp edge, I'm going to be taking a bit of micellar water on a brush and running that on the edge. And that kind of blurs it, so it kind of removes that liner but kind of smudges it around as well, just to create a very seamless line. And when it dries, you can go over that again and perfect it. So now I'm making her look straight ahead so I can see what to do with the liner. You can honestly leave it here. I think it looks really nice as an everyday look if you want a bit of a thicker line, but you don't want to wing it out too much. This piece of skin is driving me crazy, so I'm just going to go over it until it gets covered. And now as she's looking straight, I'm going to be winging out that liner. And this is a great tip for hooded eyes, because when you're looking straight ahead, things are going to look very different than when you're looking down, or vice versa. So you do want to create that shape when you're looking straight ahead, because if you have a hooded eyelid, then you're going to be working when your eye is closed. When you open it, you can't see anything. So as you can see, as she's looking down, you get that really weird but really cool triangular shape. And honestly, you could leave it at that, just perfect it, and when you open your eyes, you have a very perfect liner. And when your eyes are closed, you have this really cool geometric shape. But I know a lot of people don't want that when they're looking down, so I am going to fill it, but honestly, you could stop here. I think it looks really cool. So I'm going to wing that out and make sure everything is smooth. And now I'm going to start filling that in. So as she's looking straight ahead, I'm lifting her eyelid just a tiny bit, just so I can really get in there. And connecting that top liner with the one on the bottom. I guess it's not on the bottom, but you know what I mean. Fill that in. It's kind of like connecting the dots. So again, you could fill this in and stop here as well. But I'm going for the full look. I mean, might as well take it there and let you guys decide where you want to stop, as opposed to doing something and then, not doing the whole potential of what you could do with the look. So now I'm just focusing on connecting that liner and making it nice and even. And when you do this, make sure you're looking down at a mirror just so you can get all the angles and look straight ahead and make sure that things are just looking right. The only annoying thing you might run into is that the liner starts to dry on the brush and then you don't get as smooth and as even of a finish. So if that happens, I always keep a brush handy with concealer just to tidy up and sharpen everything. I think that's a really good trick, and this works amazing for eyeshadow. It's a bit more tricky for liner, but you can get your way around it. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just adding a bit of concealer on the edge just to clean everything up and make that liner even pop. And now I'm deciding to extend the liner because I want to do some shadow work, and I think it's going to look great when it's kind of more extended. I'm adding a bit of concealer to the eyelid. You can add an eyeshadow primer or a paint pot. I'm just using whatever's on hand. And now with the fluffy kind of pencil brush, I'm going to be mixing a brown and a bit of a gray, so very cool toned, on the edge of that liner and winging it into the crease and blending it in. And that's going to give you that lift when she opens her eyes. I'm going to go over the liner with a black eyeshadow just to make sure everything is matte and blends in. So as you can see, when she's looking straight ahead, you do get that very crisp line that's swinging out straight, and that's going to give you that beautiful lifted effect. Clean up if you need to. And then for an extra step, I am going to take my NARS Mambo, as always, and I'm going to put that on the inner corners of the eyes, on the tear duct, just to give you that extra elongation. And I'm taking a nude pencil, and this is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Boundless Bisque number 500. And I'm putting that in the waterline. Taking that same mix of taupe, gray, and putting that on the outer corners of the lower lash line. And for lashes, I'm going to be taking outer corner lashes. Now, honestly, for this part, I really regret this part because you know I love individuals and I wish I had done individual lashes because the front part kept poking out and it kind of kept sticking out because it is thicker, and that's why I love individual lashes. To kind of counteract that, I'm going to be doing a very thin liner just along the lash line to sort of fuse the fake lash with the lash line. Very, very thin line. And that is the final look. You kind of get to see the before and after, and you can see that really lifted effect. This is going to work really great for hooded eyes, so I can't wait for you guys to try it and let me know what you think. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos, and let me know what you think in the comments below. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.